Hi everyone, today I'm so happy to invite you all to this beautiful session where I have a chairman and managing director of Aster Healthcare, Dr. Azad Moppen. His life is an inspiring story to many people who work hard to achieve their goals and reach precious destinations of great ventures and missions. It was destined by the Almighty that he becomes the founder of such a renowned institution which provides great service and also give valuable contributions to the maintenance of healthcare throughout the globe. Welcome to the session, sir.
Thank you.
I am very happy and extremely privileged to seek your valuable elaboration and deliberations today. Your personality is extremely wonderful and it has now become a symbol of devotion, sincerity, commitment and hard work. So I would want to know, sir, what is the driving force in you which carried you from a town like Kalpaganjeri to the wider horizons of Middle East and establishing a renowned, celebrated institution in the field of medical service and medical research?
Thank you. Thank you very much for the compliments.
Yes,
and
thank you.
that's a very important question. So anybody who wants to be successful in life should have a goal, and that goal has to be on the base of his what his life's philosophy is. So I had the good fortune to set myself a goal to teach and treat. So that was my goal in life, to teach as well as to treat, because I love teaching and as well as I love treating. So the combination of that is what took me to the medical college. So I studied in Calicut Medical College, became a doctor, both graduation and post-graduation, and then I also became a teacher there.
Okay.
So that way I could accomplish both these during that period. But that didn't last for a long time.
Okay.
So after that, see, life takes you in different directions. You propose something, then God disposes, and you have to sort of grab that opportunity. So when I went to Dubai in 1987, just to be there for a couple of years and come back, God decided that that is a place where I have to be, and doors were opened, and I was actually pushed into starting something there. I didn't want to do that. I went there for some other purpose.
Okay.
So then, of course, once that doors opened, then you have to work hard to reach anything. So answering your question, I had this desire to treat people as well as along with that teach students, and that was the driving force. The teaching part had to stop because I went to Dubai, but the treating part continued. And then as I further grew there, then the business part came in. That may be that because of my parents, my father's involvement in business while he was alive, that actually might have created that gene in me and prompted me to make this whole thing into a business. So that's why that entrepreneurial and all these things came in. So there is a requirement even behind that. What is this purpose of this? Why did I want to teach and treat? So that is something little more deeper. Only if you have that purpose very clearly, what is that you want to do? The purpose is to help people. That is the purpose behind it. You want to help people who want to become somebody which is teaching, and you want to take care of patients who are in trouble. You want to serve them and save them. That is behind the treating. So the whole purpose comes from a principle or a philosophy that you have in mind. So medicine, while it is a sort of a job for many as well as a business for some, more importantly, it is a noble profession where profit has to be a byproduct. Profit shouldn't be the aim. If your aim in healthcare is profit, then you are not going to be successful. I very strongly feel that you have to have it back of your mind that the service of people, that is what's the most important, and the profit will come as a result of it.
Okay, sir. Next, what I want to ask, sir, is that you're shining out there as a philanthropist, not even just in the field of healthcare, but also in the field of women and social empowerment. So, what is your driving motivation behind this? I see a lot of businessmen being into these kind of activities. So, according to sir, what is your personal motivation behind all of this?
So, one of the most important thing is that you have to have the character of gratitude. That is one of the most important characters a person should have. You should have gratitude to whoever has done something good for you. So when I look, I should have the gratitude to, most importantly, to Almighty God. He has given me a life and He has taken me through this journey so far. Then of course to my parents who taught me, and my teachers, and also many people on the way who helped me, my friends who helped me to set up my business, then my colleagues, the doctors who like you, who actually are working with us as a team, who are the reasons for the success. Then when you look like that, I personally feel that I am the most blessed because I have everything in life that anybody could ask for, starting from health, starting from a family, starting from financial success, starting from my professional success, and also the name, fame, and all that is attached. So I don't have anything to ask. So all this has been given by Almighty and the people around me. So it is a responsibility of me to give back. I shouldn't be asking anything more. In fact, I should be giving back many things. So that giving back is the reason why I get involved to a small extent. This is not enough actually. It's small extent at least in giving back, and that's the reason for all these activities inside Aster as well as outside Aster. We do a lot of things with people knowing about it and many things without people knowing about it. So both ways we do. But that is the main reason that this is a part of showing the gratitude to the Almighty as well as the people who have helped me. And if you take care of the people who are in need, the Almighty will take care of you. He will give you much more than what you are giving back, as has been told in the Holy Quran and everywhere.
It's a beautiful thought, sir. If you were not a medical entrepreneur, what would be your profession most likely be?
Yeah. No, that's something which many times I myself has taught. As I told you, I became not by design but by chance a medical entrepreneur. I was supposed to be teaching in Calicut Medical College and maybe become a teacher there. So answering your question, the one thing which is my first love and first passion has been teaching. So I would have definitely become a teacher, maybe in Calicut Medical College or elsewhere, and I would have continued, and of course along with that treating patients. I would not have gone into business. That would have been my destiny is what I feel.
But I feel, sir, that even now you're a teacher because you inspire a lot of people like us to do a lot of good things, and we look up to you and you inspire us. So I believe that somewhere you are a teacher to all of us.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, yeah, thank you for that. So that's an informal way of teaching. There is a formal teaching and informal way of teaching.
True.
So these are all examples which later people try to emulate. So many people I have emulated many people in life, and like that may be people who think that okay, this person has done some good thing and emulate me, which is a sort of a teaching, indirect teaching.
Okay, sir. What would be the next innovation to come under healthcare, and how is Aster trying to innovate in the medical sector?
Yeah. So the most important thing that medical profession or anybody for that matter in any area should try to do is to innovate. Innovation is the cornerstone for survival and success. Otherwise, you are going to perish. So you will have to keep on innovating, and in healthcare it is very, very important. Unfortunately, healthcare is one area where there hasn't been too much of an innovation happening. So when I look back, 50 years back, when I was a child, I was being taken to a doctor and seen by him, a prescription being given, and then get the medicine, come back home. It used to take half a day or sometimes one day if there is an investigation along with that. Even now, that has not changed. Even after 50, 60 years, while many other fields it has completely transformed, none of us go to a bank now to do banking. None of us even go to a shop for shopping. All happens sitting at home. So why is that in healthcare somebody has to go to a hospital or a doctor again and get this done? So as doctors, we all know that at least in the outpatient it's possible to do a large part of this by just listening to the patient and reaching a diagnosis. Because we have studied that 80% of the diagnosis happens by just hearing the history. We only sort of again confirm that by physical examination and investigations. So it's possible at least in 50% of outpatient cases that you will be able to reach a diagnosis just by listening to the history and able to prescribe a medicine to the patient. So if that is possible, and if that medicine, if you are sending a prescription to the laboratory, to the pharmacy, and if the pharmacy is able to supply it to the patient, sitting at home, you can have a very comfortable consultation being done. So I feel that this is the way in which healthcare will go, and that will have a tremendous impact on the way in which medicine is practiced now. This can be done even for inpatients once they are discharged. There is no requirement for most of the inpatient consultations for the review to happen in person. So you will be able to do much more service to new patients and take up new things like in your practice rather than just seeing these patients and prescribing something. So answering your question, the thing that will happen immediately in the next 5 to 10 years will be that transformation in outpatient care, where there will be more of online consultation, telemedicine, virtual care, which gradually will increase in many ways, and there will be AI coming into that. There will be, even without doctor sitting on the other side, there may be possibility of diagnosis being made. So we will have to also future-proof ourselves as doctors or medical professionals. What are the things that the machines can't do? What are the things that we only can do? The human touch, nobody else can do that. So you have that capability as a doctor to provide that human care. And many of the skilled things no machines will be able to do. So what I see is that as we move forward, there will be a transformation happening. It is waiting because it has happened in all other areas, and we should be ahead of that curve. Then only we will be able to be in that path.
Okay, so very much looking forward to. So, medical science has grown to any extent. It has reached high standards of great growth, but at the same time, drastic diseases, including the pandemic, continue to challenge the well-being and welfare of the humanity. So, in your view, what is the future of medical science in fighting these challenges?
Yeah. So it's true that medical field is being challenged, or mankind is being challenged every day by new diseases, and we are in the midst, and the best example is the black swan event of the COVID-19. And it's not the end. This can happen again, something else can come. God forbid, maybe after many years, and this has happened after 100 years when we had such a very devastating pandemic in 1918. So it took nearly 100 years. Maybe it won't take that much time, and because of many reasons it may happen. So what I see is that this has been fantastically managed. Even though we feel that, okay, why did this come? We were hit with this. When you look at what happened in 1918 and what happened in 2018 or 19, the number of people who died and the calamity that it produced is much less. So we are getting better, there is no doubt about that. we could find a vaccine in just 6 months, and we could, after the initial issues, we could treat most patients. There was no capacity issue and things like that. So one important thing which I would like to highlight is that modern medicine has been the single reason for the longevity of people when you look at. In 50 years back, the life expectancy of a person was 40 years or 45 years. It increased gradually, and now we are say 75, 80 and all. And many times we hear people living up to 100 or even beyond. So that is possible. The most important reason for that, when they look at the 10 causes for increasing the life expectancy of people, they say that it is all medical care. Somebody who gets a stent at the age of 50 or 60 lives for 20-25 years without any issue. Earlier it would have been sudden death, or at least immediately his quality of life goes back to being at home and he dies after a few years. Here you have a normal life after angioplasty or a CAB. So like that, cancers, many things are getting cured. So what I wanted to say is that even though there are challenges which will be mostly coming from viruses and such areas, and of course degenerative diseases which is due to aging related degeneration, those and accidents and things like that, we have been able to have a very good impact, create a very good impact on healthcare, and that has prolonged the life of mankind, every person, each person, at least by 30-40 years in the last 50 years. So that's a great ode to the whole healthcare, and I think that we will also find ways how to at least treat such illnesses like what came now much more faster, and as well as even prevent that. We will definitely find that. So I see that these are all temporary things and we will get ahead of that.
Okay, sir. Next question is that, sir, everyone want to be successful, especially when it comes to youngsters. They have a lot of passions, a lot of dreams, but many of us are actually scared to come out of that comfort zone and to go behind our passion and dreams, because somewhere we are scared of failures or not achieving what we really want. So how would sir define success in your own life, and what message would you give to all those youngsters out there who want to just follow their dreams and passions?
No, it's a fantastic question, and that's something which, as somebody who is being considered to be successful like me, should definitely give a sort of show a path to people who are listening to us. So one of the most important things is that we are not aware about our capabilities. Because of many things, including the restrictions and many of our experiences in our earlier life, we feel that we are not capable and we are tired. You might have heard about the story of an elephant who is being tied to a small pole with a small rope, and he remains there thinking that he can't go away because he is tied there. Just a 0.1% of his strength will take out that pole and he can escape that. But from being very child, he has been said that this is a restriction. That's the case with most people. They have a mental barrier to try. In life, if you have to be successful, you have to jump into the sea to find new horizons instead of being on the shore, because shore is always safe. You are not going to sink, or whereas when you swim into the sea, jump into the sea, there is always a chance of you drowning, but then only you can see the new horizons. If you want to find out new horizons and be successful in life, you must dare enough to jump into the sea and show the courage to, swim. So my advice is that take that risk, do what is required for you to find new horizons, and most importantly, it's extremely rare that people who just are born very lucky and they become successful. Very, very rare. Most of the people you see, the success stories, behind that, there are years and decades of significant effort. So it's 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. You may find a genius once in a while, but even those people might have put in many hours of hard work. And so the advice is that you should take the risk, you should set a goal, and to reach there, you have to work very hard. That is the most important thing. Working hard. After, when you are successful, people will tell that okay, this person, he has achieved many things, but they don't know how much time this person has spent reading in the night while others were sleeping, or toiled and seen patients for 18 hours, 20 hours while others were taking rest. So all these are important if you have to be successful. For any field, in any field, if you have to be successful, you have to work very hard, then only you are going to be successful. So fix a goal, work hard, and have a team with you. That's also very important. You can't achieve anything without having a good team with you. My success now depends on the 22,000 people with us who are working every day very hard to make the company successful. That's why I'm able to get up and say that okay, we are successful. So you should have a team, and you should have the capacity to build a good team and take them along with you. So these things if you do, and most importantly, if you have the blessings of Allah every day, if you pray to Almighty, then you will be successful.
Okay, sir, that was highly motivational and helpful. The final question for you, sir. Few words about Aster Cortical and how do you vision its future?
Yeah. Aster MIMS Cortical has been an enigma for me as well as many of us who are closely involved with it. This is a true story of an albatross coming out, which was almost, we thought that this is going to go down, but this came up from the ashes, and last 5 years it has produced tremendous impact through teamwork and the tremendous efforts of some of the doctors there. There are people who have built this organization. When I look back, like Dr. Jasir, who was here, who was one of the most important people who produced that turnaround. Then we had people like Dr. Tahsin, Dr. Faisal, and many other doctors who at that point stood very firmly and gave us the confidence that it is possible to turn around Aster MIMS Cortical. And then many others joined, and we have excellent leadership now with the Dr. Hari, as well as with the support of our regional director Farhan and all. So Aster MIMS Cortical has got significant potential, only part of which is being utilized now. And you have the wherewithal to reach very high levels. And it is producing such a momentum, not only in Kerala but outside, because of the many procedures that you do, that the hospital is better known, many of our large hospitals. So once you have more space, which we are planning, we want to have more space for Aster MIMS Cortical, and that is the only limiting factor as far as I see. Once we are able to give you more space for expanding the hospital, the present team will be able to take it to such a level that it will become very soon one among the largest hospitals of the group. I am sure that it is not only for Malappuram district, but the whole of state of Kerala. It will become a destination for patients to come and also from even abroad. There will be large number of patients also already coming to this hospital. And see, Kottakkal has got as a destination name for many centuries because of the Aryavaidashala. Now we in modern medicine are looking at becoming another destination in Kottakkal, which will attract patients from all over the world.
Your words will be marked, sir. Dr. Azad Moppen has to continue his journey of success, his journey of attainment, his journey of realization of valuable humanitarian ambitions that always inspired his personality to undertake great responsibilities and to reach great destinations of life. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy that sir was here today. Thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
much.
It's my great pleasure, and thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.